I'm not sure what else would make that flashlight higher.
How does the... But not the water. How does water can't go up? Can it? I've never heard of that before.
Well,
is that a globe thing?
You having never heard of it before doesn't really make it not so, of course, but if
so the water is going up.
It must be. That's the way you said you have to look up. Water doesn't do that.
You think the water's going up?
Well, I mean, I placed a flashlight 48 inches above the water in the middle of the run, and it appears higher. So you tell me how it appears higher. How can two
it can't
things
actually be higher because water doesn't do that, right?
How can light in the distance appear to do something? Are you really asking that question?
Yeah. Sorry.
Over water? Over water. You're not
He just
really
keeps
asking
saying
that.
appear, and he still doesn't get it. He keeps saying appear.
Sugar cookie, you sound like dead low.
I put a light over water at distance, low level, and it appeared to do something that... What? Please say that again.
that again?
Yeah, he's going for the hump.
I know you gotta get there.
At least an optical hump.
You could make that argument.
Would you commit to saying at least you're going for the optical hump?
Well, I would need some evidence that there is an optical hump.
Would you be assuming that the two lights at either end were level and the other bit was higher, was also level? And when you have the two, one at each end, is that like level or is that like dropping down like you said earlier?
I'm not sure I'm following your question.
Well, earlier you said that the water drops away from the horizontal. So where would you put the horizontal in relation to those lights that you've got there? Because you said the middle one's higher. Would that make the horizontal across the other two?
Well, I think that's what I'm asking is if they're all on the same plane, a line between any two of them should be level and horizontal, and yet they're at different angles, and so how can two different angles...
You can't be doing this for horizontal, right? All you've done is measured 48 inches vertically. You can't be seriously considering this as a test for horizontal, can you?
Well, a line between any 2 points which are equal height above the water, that line should be horizontal and level, right?
Is that what you're doing? You're getting some lights and you're measuring 48 inches and you're doing a test for horizontal?
Is that an argument from incredulity?
No, I'm trying to work out what exactly it is that you're doing.
I'm showing that horizontal and level and flat or straight are not all the same thing.
Horizontal and level and flat and straight are not the same thing. Well, like I said earlier, straight and flat aren't the same thing. Right? Definitely.
Right, but...
Okay, so that's that one sorted. What about horizontal and level? And straight, actually. Horizontal, level, and straight. Well, we can say horizontal and straight. They are the same thing, aren't they?
Horizontal has two common usages, one of which is straight but not level except at one point, and the other is level at all points but not straight.
What, level at all points but not straight? Horizontal is straight, right? Did you say it's
Could we-
not straight?
Could we avoid using the word horizontal? Are there other words we could use?
No, vertical and horizontal are the reference frames we have to deal with. We are not taking horizontal off the table. But did you just say it can be straight and not straight? That's definitely something that needs to be looked at.
There's two different definitions. There's two different usages
Okay,
for the
can-
same word,
can
believe
you
it or
give us-
not.
Yeah.
Go on, give us
I try
definition.
to-
Give us definition 1, please.
Can I try to add something here? If what
No,
he's
no,
saying
wait,
is,
no, please,
just for clarity, just for clarity.
please,
Okay.
Jesse. Definition 1 for horizontal, please.
From what dictionary?
Well, the one that you just said just then.
I don't know where all the definitions are. I just know I've seen people using it to mean a lot of different things.
Okay,
In
so
addition
what
to
was
those two.
definition 1 that you just gave us? I didn't catch it.
I'm not defining it. You're the one that needs to define it, but you're
No,
the one
you
that's
said
using it.
you said one was straight, and then one was not straight. What was the defining factors that made one horizontal straight and one horizontal not straight? What was that? I missed it.
May I?
Please.
Okay, so when we say that horizontal is parallel to a person's horizon at a certain location on Earth, then we're not saying that that horizon is parallel to the horizon of somebody somewhere else on Earth. That horizon would curve, it would change angle depending on where you were, compared to someone else's horizon at another location. And in that case, we're saying horizontal is level, not necessarily flat. And the other usage is like they used it for the LEGO thing, where they said horizontal is flat, but it's only level at one place.
Which one's the one that's not straight? Which is the horizontal that's not straight?
The one that's parallel to the observer's horizon.
But parallel is straight lines, right?
Okay.
So the one you're saying, the one that's not straight is the one that is defined as being straight. That seems a little bit contradictory too.
Yeah, it's a word that's has very inconcrete meanings, and that's why that's the one word that you build your entire argument off of, because you can shift its meaning kind of back and forth and in and out and up and down, trying to prove one definition and then switch over to the other definition and use it in a way it's not.
Who has? I only have one definition of horizontal, definitely, and I also only have one definition of level. They are both exactly the same in my definitions. Like, I'm not confused. I don't swap and change at all. Seems like you do. You seem to have two different definitions of horizontal somehow.
Well, see, you're grouping them into one and making the false assumption that certain observable reality doesn't exist. When we try to look at these lights over the lake, we have to realize that horizontal and straight and level aren't all the same thing.
How are they different?
Well, so back to the 3 points above the lake that are 48 inches above the lake. If you drew a straight line between any two of those points, that would be a straight line. In your assumed reality.
Jesse, you sound confused. Are you sure you want to be trying to do this? You sound like you're just trying to make it up, freestyle it. And I'm not too sure it's coming off. Is anybody else having any of this?
Of course they don't